And when we offer our meditation and our good energy to the world, when we do it collectively, we expand the experience. So it is my great honor and privilege to share with you some laughter yoga today. To a certain extent, I have one of the best jobs in the world. As a laughter yoga master, it is a privilege for me to represent Dr. Madan Kataria today.
முதலாவது நீங்கள் இந்த தியானத்தில் சென்று முதலாவது முக்கியமானது வந்து ஒருவரை பார்க்கும் பொழுது அவருடைய கண்ணோடு கண் தலை பேச வேண்டும். அங்கேதான் ஒருவருக்கு உள்ள அன்பு ஆதரவும் ஆரம்பமாகிறது. ஆக நீங்கள் ஒருவருடன் பேசும் பொழுது அவரை
Greetings to all. I would like to inform that every day we are doing meditation for world peace and harmony at 9 a.m., 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. UK time. I would also like to mention that we can be proud that we have achieved 709 days of daily meditation 3 times a day, for which we are grateful to all those who contributed to this achievement. Today, first there will be meditation by Yogi Nagendran Master with the calming music. After that, there will be thanksgiving to the universe. Then our guest speaker, Tove Kane, will be delivering a talk on the topic Laughter Yoga, the 4 steps of unconditional joy. There will be a summary of the speech in Tamil by Kumarasamy Pillai Master from Sydney, Australia. Thereafter, question and answer session and discussion will be taking place in English and Tamil. You can also ask questions and comments in Tamil as well. Translation will be available now. Yogi Nagendran Master will conduct the meditation. Thank you very much.
Greetings to all. Today I will say in our native language Tamil and in English all the meditation instruction. இன்று சனிக்கிழமை 24ஆம் தேதி 2023. எல்லா மாஸ்டர்களுக்கும் எனது அன்பான வணக்கத்தை தெரிவிக்கின்றோம். உலக அமைதி, ஒற்றுமை, மன அமைதி, சமாதானம், ஆரோக்கியம் ஆகியனவற்றினை முன்னிலைப்படுத்தி நடக்கும் PSSM யூரோப் தமிழ் குழுவின் ஒரு சக்தி வாய்ந்த இந்த கூட்டு தியானத்தில் கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கும் அனைவருக்கும் எமது அன்பார்ந்த வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். We extend our warmest greetings to all those who are participating in this PSSM Europe Tamil group collective meditation that is taking place in order to establish world peace, unity and well-being. ஒரு வாயால் பல ராகங்களை பாட முடியும். 4 சரங்களை கொண்டு ஒருவர் 400 மெட்டுகளை இசைக்க முடியும். அதுபோலவே ஒரு மனமும் பல எண்ணங்களை தோற்றுவிக்கும். உங்கள் விதி உங்கள் குணத்தை அடிப்படையாக கொண்டது. குணம் என்பது செயல்களை அடிப்படையாக கொண்டது. செயல்கள் எண்ணங்களை அடிப்படையாக கொண்டவை. எனவே ஒழுக்கத்தையும் புனித எண்ணங்களையும் வளர்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். மனதின் இயல்பை அடிப்படையாக கொண்ட செயல் விதியிலிருந்து யாரும் தப்ப முடியாது. With one mouth one can sing so many ragas. With 4 strings one can play 400 tunes. So also one mind can give rise to so many thoughts. Your destiny is based on your character. Character is based on your actions. Actions are based on thoughts. Therefore, cultivate morality and sacred thoughts. None can escape the law of action, which is based on the nature of the mind. It's from Sri Sathya Sai Baba. நாம் இப்பொழுது தியானத்திற்குள் செல்வோம். தியானத்திற்கு முன்பும் பின்பும் இளம் சூடான நீரை அருந்திக் கொள்ளுங்கள். இது உங்கள் தியானத்தை இலகுவாக தொடர உதவும். இது மிகவும் இலகுவான ஒரு தியானமும் ஆகும். இத்தியானத்தை செய்ய ஒரு சுகமான ஆசனத்திலோ தரையிலோ நீங்கள் அமரலாம். மூக்கு கண்ணாடி அணிந்து இருந்தால் அதை கழற்றி வையுங்கள். உங்கள் பாதங்களை ஒன்றன் மீது ஒன்றாக இவ்வாறு இணைத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். 2 கைவிரல்களையும் ஒன்றுடன் ஒன்றாக இவ்வாறு கோத்துக்கொண்டு உங்கள் மடியில் வையுங்கள். தரையில் அமர்ந்து இருப்பவர்கள் சப்பானியிட்டு அமருங்கள். உங்களுடைய உடலை இறுக்கமாக இல்லாமல் தளர்ச்சியாகவும் இயல்பாகவும் வைத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். கண்களை மெதுவாக மூடிக்கொண்டு நம்மில் இயல்பாகவும் மென்மையாகவும் நடக்கும் சுவாசத்தில், அதாவது உங்களது உள்மூச்சிலும் வெளிமூச்சிலும் உங்கள் கவனத்தை செலுத்த வேண்டும். எண்ணங்கள் தோன்றும் போது உங்கள் கவனத்தை மீண்டும் மீண்டும் சுவாசத்தில் செலுத்த வேண்டும். நாம் 10% கைகளால் இழக்கும் சக்தியையும், இன்னொரு 10% கால்களால் இழக்கும் சக்தியையும், 80% கண்களால் இழக்கும் சக்தியையும் நாம் மேற்கூறியவாறு அமர்ந்து தியானம் செய்தோமே ஆனால் நாம் 100% சக்தியை சேமித்து விடுவோம். அது மட்டுமல்ல, நாம் எம்மை சுற்றி உருவாகும் சக்தி வடிவை எம்மால் உணர முடியும். இம்மூச்சுதான் எம் உயிர், எம் குரு. இப்பொழுது நாம் எல்லோரும் இந்த தியானத்தை இப்போது தரப்படும் அமைதியை உருவாக்கும் அழகான இசையுடன் ஒன்றிணைந்து செய்வோம். Drink warm water and after meditation. This will help you to keep your meditation easier. This is a very light meditation. You can sit in a comfortable seat or on the floor to perform this meditation. And if you are wearing spectacles, please do remove the spectacles. Just keep your feet crossed one above the other like this, and interlock the fingers of both hands together like this and place them on your lap. Make sure your body upright and relaxed. With your eyes closed, slowly and gently, you focus on your inner breath and outer breath. When thoughts appear, bring your focus back onto your breath. We lose 10% with our hands, another 10% with our feet, and 80% through our eyes. When you meditate like this, you will save 100% of your energy. We also can feel the energy that is forming around us. This breath is our guru. Now let's all do this meditation in conjunction with the calming music. Thank you. நாம் நமக்காக செய்யும் இந்த தியானம் கூட்டாக செய்யப்படும் போது பிரபஞ்சத்திலிருந்து பெறப்படும் சக்தி ஒரு சமூக சக்தியாக உருப்பெற்று வீடு, வீதி, நகரம், நாடு, உலகம் என விரிவடைந்து வலுவடைகிறது. இந்த தியானத்தில் ஈடுபட்ட அனைவருக்கும் P.S.M தமிழ் யூரோப் இந்தியா அமைப்பினரது உதவிக்கும் PMC தமிழ் அமைப்பினரின் உதவிக்கும் எமது நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்க வணக்கம். When this meditation that we do for ourselves is done collectively, the energy derived from the universe becomes a social force and expands into home, street, city, country, and the world. We would like to express our gratitude to all those involved in this meditation for the help of PSSM Tamil Europe, India, and for the help of PMC Tamil. Greetings to you all. நன்றி. இப்போது எல்லோருடைய சார்பிலும் எங்களுடைய மனத்தை ஒருநிலைப்படுத்தி இசையை லிவர்பூல் இங்கிலாந்தில் இருந்து அளித்த தர்ஷினி உதயராஜா மாஸ்டருக்கும், இதனை லண்டனில் இருந்து பதிவு செய்யும் டாக்டர் சதாமனோ மாஸ்டருக்கும் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். On our behalf, we would like to say thank you for the calming music played by Darshini Udayaraja Master from Liverpool, England. Also, we are thanking Dr. Sadamano Master from London for recording our program. Thank you to you all. இன்று சிறப்பு பேச்சாளராக இங்கிலாந்தில் சேர்ந்த டோவ் கெய்ன் என்பவர் இன்று சிரிப்பு யோகாவின் நிபந்தனையற்ற மகிழ்ச்சியின் 4 படிகளை பற்றி உரையாட வந்துள்ளார். அவர் ஒரு தகவல் தொடர்பு பயிற்சியாளர். அவர் நனவான தொழில் முனைவோர் பெண்களுக்கு உதவுகிறார். அவர்களின் பயம் மற்றும் பதட்டத்தை சமாளிக்கவும் தனது தனித்துவமான சிரிப்பு யோகா கட்டமைப்பின் மூலம் அதிக நம்பிக்கையை உருவாக்கவும் உதவுகிறார். அவர் ஒரு பயிற்சியாளர் மட்டுமல்ல, ஒரு நினைவாற்றல் தியான ஆசிரியரும் ஆவார். இவர் ஒரு ஆசிரியர், பாடநெறி படைப்பாளி மற்றும் பேச்சாளரும் ஆவார். இவர் ஸ்பீக் அண்ட் ஷைன் அகாடமியின் தலைமை நிர்வாக அதிகாரியும் ஆவார். மைண்ட் ஓவர் மேட்டர், மைண்ட்ஃபுல் டு பவுண்டிஃபுல், சிரிப்பு யோகா மாற்றத்தின் மூலம் சிரிக்கும் ஆண்டு போன்ற புத்தகங்களையும் எழுதியுள்ளார். Our guest speaker for today is Tove Kane from UK. Her topic is Laughter Yoga, the 4 steps of unconditional joy. She's a communication coach who helps conscious entrepreneurial women overcome their fear and anxiety and build up more confident via her unique laughter yoga framework. She's also not only a trainer, but also a mindfulness meditation teacher and author, course creator, and a speaker. She's a CEO of Speak and Shine Academy. She has written books such as Mind Over Matter, Mindful to Bountiful, Laughter Yoga, A Year of Chuckling Through the Change. I don't want all of you to keep waiting any longer. Now I'm inviting Tove Kane to come to the platform. Please do come.
Yogi Nankarendran, thank you so much. Bless you. It is an honor to be here. Thank you for such a warm-hearted introduction, and thank you for guiding us into meditation and back again. Bless you. I acknowledge all of the protocol tonight, acknowledging the masters, the doctors, and the fellow yogis who are here. Thank you so much for coming together as a collective, because as the yogi described, of course, when we speak and when we offer our meditation and our good energy to the world, when we do it collectively, we expand the experience. So it is my great honor and privilege to share with you some laughter yoga today. To a certain extent, I have one of the best jobs in the world. As a laughter yoga master, it is a privilege for me to represent Dr. Madan Kataria today. He is a medical doctor who in Mumbai in India in 1995, as a medical doctor, was really struck with, the reality that his patients were very unwell and that it was very difficult to get them into health and wellness. And his concern was that, there are medical interventions, but what about something that's beyond that? And he was aware that laughter is the best medicine, but how do you deliver that to people? And when we are so serious, I mean, you can't get more serious than a medical doctor concerned for the lives of his patients, right? So that's a very serious-minded person. But how do you bring laughter to the world, and how do you offer it as no joke? And that was how it began, because in that park in Mumbai, they did start with jokes. They started with them, and before too long, what happens with jokes? The very first thing is they start out well enough, but soon they get a bit rude. And not everybody has the same sense of humor. So, they were aware that possibly not all of the jokes were well received. And so Dr. Kataria said, when the 5 people who'd started the club in Mumbai, and they were coming to the park every morning to laugh, and it was wonderful and good, but after a time, they started not to find the jokes that funny. And Dr. Kataria said, wait a moment, I will come back in the morning and I will bring you a breakthrough technology. And he went home and thought, how will I bring the breakthrough technology? Because that's the reality. Most people laugh only when there is a joke, when there is a reason to laugh, when there is a justification to laugh. And so Dr. Kataria was very struck with the thought that perhaps what he needed to do was to bring something else. And that was, what about this? What about laughter that doesn't rely on jokes? What about laughter that doesn't rely on reason? And what about laughter that is cross-cultural, cross-language, cross-gender? Isn't this a wonderful concept? And soon enough, they discovered the body can laugh. So if you will bear with me to share with you the 20 odd years, in fact, since 1995, it's more than that, isn't it? Let's have a look, and I will share my screen with you for a moment as we experience laughter together, the history of laughter yoga. Let's go ahead then and enjoy this as we share together the experience of laughter yoga through time. Can I get a thumbs up to see?
One day, inspiration came to me like fire. First, I was tired. Now, there are hundreds of laughing clubs all over India and the world. Well, struck by how laughter connects you with people. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
So funny that has grown adults rolling on the floor.
Every morning on Laguna Beach, California, you'll find a group gathered on the sand, laughing.
How they say laughter is the best medicine.
These people didn't think they had a lot to joke about. They're fighting cancer along with traditional therapies. This is offered as part of their treatment. It's called laughter yoga.
Skoraj da neverjetno je, da so v kliničnem centru vrata odprli sodobni.
We can't hear the sound. Is the sound you have put it? We can't hear the sound. We can't hear the sound, but we can see the photo. Is that
Is the best medicine.
Good. Yeah.
The largest laughter yoga lessons. Ready?
Wow. I hope you enjoyed the experience there of laughter yoga. And it's my privilege today to give you some of those direct experiences with laughter yoga, if it is your participation that I may invite. So before we continue with that, let me just give you a bit more background on laughter yoga, and let us go ahead and I will share just these short points so that, because I know that you are interested to know a little bit more about what is this. How are people able to laugh like this when there is so much strife, when there's so much trouble in the world? And it's just so important, isn't it, that laughter yoga is not a comedy. This is actually an exercise program. The wonderful gift of this is that anybody can laugh, and we don't need to have a joke. We can do this unconditionally. So we don't even need a sense of humor or to have comedy in our bones. But what you notice is, guess what? The more you laugh, the more you laugh. Now, I've been watching many of you wonderful masters keeping a very straight face, and I know that laughter is no laughing matter. It is so serious that we should laugh because it actually boosts our immunity. I will share more of that in just a moment. Laughter helps us to keep our mind positive. There's so much in the world that gives us anxiety. There's so many difficulties that we are aware of. And I don't want to go ahead and list all of those because we live them, we experience them. But isn't it wonderful to know that in difficult times and challenging times, we can rely on laughter yoga. When our laughter has gone, laughter yoga returns it. Laughter yoga can help us to change our mood. It happens within minutes. I think many of us have lost the ability to laugh because we are suffering and because we are aware of the world suffering. But when we release ourselves to being happy and we get these happy chemicals that come to our own bodies from our brains, we get those wonderful endorphins that help to lift our mood. And when we are in a good mood, I'm sure you've noticed, you can do everything really well. Now, this is one of the great secrets of laughter yoga. And this is whether the laughter is real or volunteered or initiated, pretended, you could even say fake laughter. We have scientific studies that prove the body and brain can't tell the difference between real laughter and voluntary laughter. So if you in real life don't have laughter, do the voluntary laughter and you still get the health benefits. Isn't it great? So Marjorie G, who is the wife of Dr. Madan Kataria, she is a yoga teacher. And based on her influence and as they were working on this together, he was able to identify some of the incredible breathing exercises that come from the practice of yoga. And he was able to integrate yogic deep breathing techniques. So laughter yoga exercises bring more oxygen to our body and our brain. And this helps us to feel healthy, more energetic. It brings us more focus. But laughter yoga also boosts our immune system. And we all know that after COVID-19, one of the great treasures that any of us can ever have is health. The wealth of our health is something so precious. So many people are dealing with ailments, and some have chronic illness. And if you have a chronic health issue, you could recover faster with laughter yoga. And the good thing is, it is also preventative. So the more you laugh, the healthier it is for you. And you can laugh right from the comfort of your own home, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I love it so much. I'm going to stop sharing there and come back to you. Welcome back. Oh, yes. So the great thing with laughter yoga is that it is an experience. We get to experience laughter yoga. I hope that you are interested in trying this, because I understand the resistance. I know what it's like to be in a space where you feel a bit uncertain. The ego says, you know, I'm a very important person. I can't be seen to laugh. But I'm inviting you to connect with that inner child and to connect with your playfulness. And let me show you the 4 steps now towards unconditional joy. I'm just going to say, not now for that. Can you see me? Am I back on your screen? Let me see a show of hands. Yes, yes. Wonderful. Well, since laughter yoga is a unique program where no jokes are necessary, we initiate laughter by making some eye contact. So let's really all look at each other in the screen and just begin with this. I want you to breathe in with me. Hold, let go with laughter. The body can just laugh, right? Let's find your laughter button. Is it there? If you stop pressing it, do you stop laughing? Breathe in and make a big circle. Yes! So one of the first things that we do, and we did it today as we came out of meditation, was clapping. We are activating those acupressure points that we know from palm to fingertip, and we say, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. Very good. That's wonderful. Let's do this some more. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha. Yes! It feels good to activate ourselves, get into our bodies, feel the energy that our hands bring us, that our fun brings us, and we activate through that clapping. The next step towards unconditional joy is to take a deep breath in. Let's breathe in, breathing in. Stretch and exhale. Let's do that lip sound, like as if we were making a horse sound, like. For those of us who have children or grandchildren, it's like a car even. Let's breathe in, hold, and exhale. It starts to activate in the mind, and we think, well, this could be strange, but I'm liking it somehow. We don't breathe very well when we're stressed. We tend to hold our breath, or we take short breaths. So laughter yoga gets us to activate, and I'm going to teach you 3 breaths, which I know that you would already know from yoga, but let us do them together, right? So that first one is the inhale, and this activates the upper lobe, and exhale. So good to do that, isn't it? Let's exhale with a sigh, like, oh, lovely.
Oh.
It was that kind of Monday, right? So the lobes of our lungs, we have an upper, a middle, and a lower lobe in our lungs. To activate the middle lobe, let's do this. Get into Namaste, but reverse the Namaste and in and put the hands behind the back of the inhale, lean back, and laugh it out. You're doing very well. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, laugh, lean forward. I wonder if anybody else could see their belly laughing underneath them. I could see mine. So it's this deep belly laughter that Dr. Kataria worked out. When you are activating that deep laughter, that activates all sorts of lymphatic systems in the body to help release toxins, and we can't move toxins unless we move the body. So it's really important to do these deep breaths. The other one, which children love to do, but I also find when I do laughter yoga at senior care homes as well, the seniors love to do this as well. And it's almost like we can turn ourselves into lions. So let's inhale. Make your lion pause, stick your tongue out. I see so many wonderful master lions here today. Thank you so much. So when we do this, when we activate the lion laughter, this pushes up the diaphragm, which gets to the lower lobe. So this is very good how laughter yoga activates the upper, middle, and lower lobes of the lungs. It's a great detox. Let's have one more lion laughter, breathing in. I love this. So one of the things that we do in laughter yoga, and we invite people to do this, is to activate your childlike playfulness. Children laugh freely, don't they? For those of us who have small children in our lives, we can see the way they laugh and play, laugh and play. They don't rely on, there isn't somebody running around after them telling them, right? No, they just laugh because they're having a lovely time. And so what Dr. Kataria wanted to encourage people to do was to know, despite all of the conditions out there in the world, if you can access your inner childlike playfulness, this gives you direct place to be creative for the solutions that you need for all of those problems in your life. So being able to play like a child enables us to be more creative, and it feels lovely. There's a part of us that really likes that. So we can be very playful, and we'll do some childlike exercises. I think one of the ones we could do, you know how children love their phones, right? It's almost like they're addicted to them, right? So let's do like they do. Let's have our phone and let's take a selfie, everyone. Did you see my photo? Hey! Very good. Very good. Hey, let's do this. Very good. Very good. Hey. So this posture, this raised arm posture, also opens up our lungs, opens up our body, and it signals to the brain there is optimism, there is hope, there is love, there is opportunity for expansion. So when we expand despite our conditions, we feel better. So that's wonderful. I'm going to do just a couple more exercises with you, things you would have seen there on Dr. Kataria's video. The one is milkshake laughter. So imagine that you've got your 2 glasses with you, and we're going to mix the milkshake together as we go. You can laugh. Let's do that again. That was delicious. Let's go again. Laughter yoga helps us to lift our mood, and when our mood is lifted, we feel better. And by feeling better, we enable our body to handle stress, because what we know is the biggest problem for us in the world right now is stress. It is the foundation of all illness. And so if we can put our stress down, put our laughter up, stress down, laughter up, stress down, laughter up, stress, laughter up. We can literally see the change. We can change our health through our laughter. Deep breath in. Wonderful. So one of the lovely exercises is, you know, when we get very serious in life, sometimes if we make a mistake, we don't want to admit that we make a mistake, right? But of course, aren't mistakes the place where we learn so much about other solutions that could come? And don't we learn so much about our own personality through mistakes? So I'm going to show you guru laughter now, where I learn from my mistakes. I learn from the mistakes of others. Let's do that again. I learn from my mistakes. I learn from the mistakes of others. One of the great exercises that they came up with in Mumbai back in 1995 was when people were walking past them in the park, they would go, "What are they doing?" And so they came up with this exercise. I don't know why I'm laughing. So let's do, I don't know why I'm laughing, laughter. I don't know why. Deep breath. Beautiful. Deep breath in. And releasing. So I just want to leave you with these 3 notes here. When we can extend our laughter longer than, you know, normally if we do get to laugh today, it's like, and then we stop. And that's not enough for us to get those immune boosting health benefits. So we need to laugh for about 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's why we have all of these laughter exercises, so that we can do the exercise and play. One of the exercises that I like to do is a value-based exercise. And that can mean, normally when we get our credit card, we look at the bill, look at this, we start to get worried. But with laughter yoga, I even have another page. Once again, a reminder. Laughter yoga is not laughing at anybody. It's not laughing at a situation. It is laughing to release the pressure, laughing to release our thoughts and anxiety connected to the pressure. So the laughter is a release. And I hope that you are feeling a little bit looser, lighter. That's really good. So we don't have to be happy to laugh, but we feel happier when we laugh. Isn't that an incredible thing?
Yeah.
So we don't need to rely on a joke to help us laugh. We can just do laughter yoga. We want to keep our laughter deep, belly laughing, and we want to make it unconditional. When we make our laughter unconditional, it means that we feel better. Doesn't matter how difficult the situation is. It has been a true honor and privilege for me to be with you today. And if I can leave you with the message, no matter what happens, you can always laugh it off. It's my privilege to have spent time with you. Bless you all. Thank you so much, and keep laughing. It's good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kane.
Thank you.
All enjoyed your laugh, and we will
Thank you.
continually will do that. Thank you so much. You have shown us so many exercises. We are going to do that every single day after our meditation. So it will help us, and we have showed us. And if we laugh it for, if the laugh is real or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The body doesn't know whether it's a real laugh or we are doing it fake.
Fake laugh, yeah.
So thank you so much again. On behalf of our group, we are thanking you. If we got time, you can stay, or it's because our Kumar Saipula Master is going to summarize your speech in Tamil language for those who have benefit for the non, who can understand English. But most of them, they can. But he's going to summarize your speech. Have you got time to stay back, or?
Yes, it would be my pleasure and privilege. Thank you. My honor.
Then they can ask you some questions.
Yes, with pleasure. I will be here.
Thank you so much.
Only for 10 minutes, he's going to be translating a speech in Tamil language,
10 minutes, yeah? Master, summarize benefits. Thank you.
அனைத்து மாஸ்டர்ஸுக்கு இன்றைய வணக்கம். இதுவரையும் சிரிப்பு யோகா பயிற்சி என்ற தலைப்பில் டோன் கேன் அவர்கள் உரையாற்றினார், உங்களை சிரிக்க வைத்தார். அவர் இன்று பேசிய விடயம் நிபந்தனையற்ற பெரும் மகள் உணர்வை அடைவதற்கான 4 செயல்முறைகளை உங்களுக்கு அறிமுகம் செய்தார். அவர் தன்னுடைய உரையில் ஆரம்பத்திலேயே பம்பேயில் உள்ள டாக்டர் கத்தாரி என்பவர் தான் மூல காரணம் ஆரம்பித்தார் என்று சொல்லி அவரை பற்றியும் சொல்லி அடுத்ததாக என்ன சொன்னார், மிக முக்கியமான பாயிண்ட் என்றால் சிரிப்பதற்கு எந்த விதமான காரணமும் தேவையில்லை என்பது, எந்த நிபந்தனையும் தேவையில்லை என்பதை வலியுறுத்தி கூறினார். எப்பொழுதும் நாங்கள் ஒரு காரணத்தை பார்ப்போம், எதற்காக சிரிக்கிறோம் என்று. ஆனால் சிரிக்கும் பொழுது அதுக்கு ஒரு காரணம் தேவையில்லை, எதற்காக ஒரு சிரிக்கின்றோம் என்ற ஒரு தேவையும் இல்லை. அது இயற்கையாக உடலிலே ஏற்படும் ஒரு உணர்வு என்றுதான் நான் கூறுகிறேன். அவர் அது எப்படி அது உணர்ந்து மக்கள் மகிழ்ந்தார்கள் என்பதற்கான ஒரு காணொலியை எங்களுடன் பகிர்ந்து கொண்டார். நாம் எல்லோரும் கண்டை கழித்தோம். அடுத்தது எப்பொழுது நாங்கள் சிரிப்பை அடக்கலாம் என்று, அது உண்மையாக ஒரு உடற்பயிற்சி எப்படி நாங்கள் செய்கிறோமோ அது மாதிரி இப்ப சிரிப்பதும் ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சியான ஒரு அபியாசம் என்று நான் சொல்லுவேன். அது யாரும் சிரிக்கலாம், எப்பொழுதும் சிரிக்கலாம், எதற்காகவும் சிரிக்கலாம். ஆகையினால் சிரிப்பதற்காக ஒரு காரணத்தை கண்டுபிடிக்க வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. இந்த சிரிப்பதால் என்ன நடக்கும் என்றால், இந்த சிரிப்பு உங்கள் மனத்தை நேர்முறையான ஒரு நிலைமையில் எந்த நேரமும் வைத்திருக்கும். அது உங்களை உடம்பிலே உள்ள கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீர்கள், நல்ல எண்டோபின் போன்ற சுரப்பிகளை சுரக்க வைத்து உடல் சக்தி, உடல் எதிர்ப்பு ஆற்றலை அது வளர்க்க வேண்டியது. அப்ப எப்பொழுது நாங்கள் எங்கேயும் எதற்காகவும் சிரிக்கலாம் என்பதை நீங்கள் புரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். இது அறிவியல் ரீதியாகவும் நிரூபிக்கப்பட்டது. அறிவியல் ரீதியாக நிரூபிக்கப்பட்டது என்றால், மனதுக்கு நீங்கள் உண்மையாக சிரிக்கின்றீர்களா அல்லது சிரிப்பு செயற்கையானதா என்பதை பற்றி உள்ள வித்தியாசம் அது தெரியாது. அது நீங்கள் செயற்கையாக சிரித்தால் என்றால், இயற்கையாக தன்பாடு சிரித்தால் இரண்டையும் ஒரே மாதிரித்தான் எடுத்துக்கொள்ளும். ஆகையினாலே நீங்கள் சிரிப்பதற்கு காரணம் பார்க்க வேண்டியதில்லை. நீங்கள் சிரிப்பை அறிமுகம் செய்து உடல் உள்ள சக்தியை, ஆற்றலை விரிவடைய செய்யலாம். அடுத்தது எப்பொழுதும் நீங்க யோகா செய்யும் பொழுது வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து கூடின பிரணவாயுவை உட்கொள்கின்றோம். இது வந்து எங்களுக்கு பிரணவாயு வந்து என்னது செய்யும் என்றால் எங்கள் உடல் நலத்தை ஆரோக்கியமாக வைத்திருக்கும். எப்பொழுதும் வந்து மற்றது உற்சாகத்தை ஏற்படுத்தும், சில சக்தியை உருவாக்கும். மற்றது வந்து அனுபவ ரீதியாக அறிவியல் ரீதியாக கண்டுபிடித்த உண்மை என்னென்றால் எந்த விதமான நாட்பட்ட நோய்களையும் இதுக்கு தீர்க்கும் ஆற்றல் வலிமை உள்ளது என்பது அறிவியல் ரீதியாக கண்டுகொண்ட உண்மை. ஆகையினாலே நீங்கள் எவ்வளவுக்கு சிரிக்கிறீர்களோ நீங்கள் 365 நாட்களும் சிரித்துக் கொண்டே இருக்கலாம். அதற்காக நீங்கள் காரணங்கள் தேட வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. அது வந்து ஒரு அனுபவம். சில நேரங்களில் நீங்க சிரிப்பதற்கு உங்களுடைய கர்வம் ஆணவம் ஏன் நான் சிரிக்க வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு தடையாக இருக்கலாம். நீங்கள் அந்த தடையை பொருட்படுத்தாமல் நீங்கள் நலமாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்றால் என்ன செய்ய வேண்டும் என்றால் உள்ளே உங்களுக்கு உள்ளே ஒரு குழந்தை இருக்குது. அந்த குழந்தையை மகிழ்ச்சியாக நலமாக வைத்திருப்பதற்காக இந்த சிரிப்பு தியான பயிற்சி மிக நல்லது என்பதைத்தான் நான் இங்கே கூறுகின்றேன். அடுத்தது வந்து முதலாவது நீங்கள் இந்த தியானத்தில் சேர்ந்து கொண்டு முதலாவது முக்கியமானது வந்து ஒருவரை பார்க்கும் பொழுது அவருடைய கண்ணோடு கண் கலை பேச வேண்டும். அங்கேதான் ஒருவருக்கு உள்ள அன்பு ஆதரவும் ஆரம்பமாகிறது. ஆக நீங்கள் ஒருவருடன் பேசும் பொழுது அவருடைய கண்ணில் நேரே பார்த்து பேச வேண்டும். சிரிக்கும் பொழுது அவரை பார்த்து நேரே கண்ணுக்குள்ள சிரிக்க வேண்டும். அது முக்கியமானது வந்து மற்றது உங்களுக்கு எல்லோருக்கும் தெரியும். நீங்க செய்து கொண்டு சுவாசிப்பது தான் மிக முக்கியமான பயிற்சி. அது வந்து நீங்க ஆழமாக சுவாசத்தை உள்வாங்கி ஆக வெளியே விட வேண்டும். அது வந்து நீங்கள் இப்ப தியானம் முடிஞ்ச உடனே எல்லோரும் கரவொலி எழுப்பினீர்கள். அதன் நோக்கம் என்ன என்று உங்களுக்கு எல்லோருக்கும் தெரியும். நாங்கள் கை தட்டும் பொழுது எங்களுடைய கையிலே அக்குபங்க்சர் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் என்று இருக்கு. அது வந்து தூண்டப்படுகின்றது. அது தூண்டப்படும் பொழுது வந்து அது உடலுக்கு ஒரு சக்தியை ஏற்படுத்துகின்றது. ஆகையினால எப்பொழுதும் வந்து நாங்கள் கை தட்டும் பொழுது மகிழ்ந்து சிரிக்கும் பொழுது எங்கள் உடலிலே ஒரு ஆக்கப்பூர்வமான ஒரு சக்தியை அதிர்வலைகளை ஏற்படுத்துகின்றது. அடுத்தது இரண்டாவது வந்து இப்ப மிக அறிவியல் ரீதியாகவும் மருத்துவ ரீதியாகவும் கண்டுபிடித்த உண்மை என்னவென்றால் எங்களுடைய வருத்தங்களுக்கு 80% காரணம் மன அழுத்தம். இந்த மன அழுத்தத்தை எப்படி கையாளுவதற்கென்ற பல வழிகளில் நிச்சயமாக இந்த சிரிப்பு யோகா பயிற்சி மிக மிக இன்றியமையாது என்பதையே நான் கூறுகின்றேன். என்றால் நீங்கள் எந்த விதமான சூழ்நிலையிலையும் நீங்கள் ஒரு சிரிப்பை உங்களுக்கு ஏற்படுத்தும் பொழுது அந்த நிலையிலே நீங்கள் அவற்றை மறந்து உடல்நிலையிலே ஒரு சாதகமான ஒரு அதிர்வலைகளை ஏற்படுத்தி உடல்நலத்தை முன்னுற்றது. அடுத்தது வந்து இப்பொழுதும் வந்து உள்ளே உள்ள அழுக்குகளை எப்படி நீக்கிற மாதிரி உள்ள டாக்ஸின்ஸ் என்று ஆங்கிலத்தில் சொல்லுவார்கள். அது அவற்றை நாங்கள் இந்த சிரிப்பின் மூலம் குறைக்கலாம் அல்ல இல்லாமல் செய்யலாம். நீங்கள் அனுபவத்தில் பார்க்கலாம். நீங்க குழந்தைகளை பார்த்திருப்பீர்கள். குழந்தைகளுக்கு சிரிப்பதற்கு எந்த விதமான காரணமும் தேவையில்லை. அவர்கள் எதற்கும் சிரிப்பார்கள். அப்ப அதுக்கு நாங்களும் எங்களுடைய உள்ளே உள்ள குழந்தையைத்தான் நாங்கள் இப்பொழுது நேசிக்க வேண்டும். அப்ப சிரிப்பதற்கு எந்தவித கர்வமும் தேவையில்லை, அணவும் தேவையில்லை. எந்த நேரமும் சிரிக்க நீங்கள் கற்றுக்கொண்டீர்கள். இந்த மன அழுத்தம் எந்த விதத்திலும் உங்களை பாதிக்காது. மன அழுத்தம் பாதிக்கவில்லை நிச்சயமாக உடல்நலம் நன்றாக இருக்கும். இது வந்து இன்றைய உளவியல் ரீதியாகவும் மருத்துவ ரீதியாகவும் கண்ட உண்மை. அடுத்தது வந்து சிரிக்கும் பொழுது குழந்தைகள் இருக்குது. சிரிக்கின்ற பொழுது அது எப்பொழுதும் வந்து எதுக்காக சிரிக்கின்ற காரணமே அவருக்கு தெரியாது. எதற்கும் எந்த நேரமும் அவர் சிரிப்பதற்கு தயாராக. அதுபோல நாமும் குழந்தைகளை போல எந்த நேரமும் என்ன காரணம் என்று பார்க்காமல் எப்பொழுதும் வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்குதோ அப்பொழுது சிரிக்க வேண்டும். அடுத்தது வந்து நாங்கள் சிரிக்கும் பொழுது நாங்கள் எப்படி இருக்கின்றோம் என்ற நிலை, மனநிலை முக்கியம். உடல்நிலை இருக்கின்றோம். அப்ப நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் தெரியும். நாங்கள் தியானம் பொழுது எப்படி இருக்க வேண்டும் என்றுதான் சொல்லி எங்களுடைய தியான பயிற்சியை துவங்குகின்றோம். ஆகையினாலே தியானம் யோகா பயிற்சி செய்கிற பொழுது இருக்கிற அமைதியான நிலையில இருக்க வேண்டும். அது முக்கியம். அடுத்தது வந்து டாக்டர் கட்டாரி வந்து பம்பேல வந்து இதை அறிமுகப்படுத்தினார். முதலேயே அவர் சொல்லியிருந்தார். எதற்காக என்றால் அங்க மருத்துவ ரீதியாக தீர்க்க முடியாத சில சிக்கல்களை எப்படி தீர்க்கலாம் என்று அவர் சிந்திப்பதனால் அவர் இதை ஆரம்பித்தார். அது வந்து பம்பேல மிக பிரபலமாக்கினது. என்றால் மருந்து அது நாட்பட்ட வருத்தங்களுக்கு மருந்து மட்டுமல்ல மறுமொழி, அதற்கு இந்த யோகா பயிற்சி மிக மிக உதவியானது என்றதை ஓரளவுக்கு அவருடைய காணொளி மூலம் நீங்கள் பார்த்திருப்பீர்கள். உலகம் முழுவதும் மக்கள் சிரிப்பதனால் அவர்கள் தங்களுடைய கவலைகளை மறந்து உடலத்தை மாற்றுகின்ற. என்றால் சிரிப்பது மன அழுத்தம் இருக்கும் பொழுது அந்த மன அழுத்தத்தை மாற்றுவதற்கு ஒரு மருந்து ஒன்று, அது என்னென்றால் அது சிரிப்பதுதான். அப்ப நீங்கள் சிரிப்பதனால் இப்ப இந்த இதை பல மருத்துவ பீடங்கள்ல இவற்றை ஆரம்பித்திருக்கின்றார்கள். என்றால் சிரிப்பதனால் தான் உடல்நிலையை ஓரளவுக்கு பாதிக்கலாம் என்று இருக்கின்றார்கள். அடுத்தது வந்து உடல் நலத்தை பேணுவதற்கு சிரிப்பு மிக முக்கியமானது என்பதை நீங்கள் அறிந்திருப்பீர்கள். அடுத்தது வந்து நாங்கள் எல்லோரும் தவறு செய்வது இயற்கை. தவறு செய்தது போடுவதுதான் நாங்கள் கற்கின்றோம். அப்ப நாங்கள் என்ன செய்வோம் என்றால் நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய சொந்த தவறுகளிலிருந்து கற்றுக்கொள்கின்றோம், மற்றவருடைய தவறுகளிலிருந்தும் கற்றுக்கொள்கின்றோம். அப்போ இது ஒரு வாய்ப்பு. இப்ப என்ன சொல்றோம் என்றால் நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் வந்து மற்றவர்களுடைய தவறை பார்த்து சிரிக்க கூடாது, நாங்கள் அதை கற்றுக்கொள்கின்றோம். அதே மாதிரி எப்பொழுதும் இதை நாங்கள் முன்பற்ற வேண்டும். இது முதலாக பம்பேல டாக்டர் கட்டாரி 1995ஆம் ஆண்டு இதை அறிமுகம் செய்தார். அதிலிருந்து மிக பிரபலமாக வந்தது. மற்றது சிரிப்பு என்ற வந்து உடனே ஒரு சிரித்து போட்டு உடனே நிற்பதல்ல. சிரிப்பை வந்து ஒரு தொடர்ச்சியாக இருக்க வேண்டும். குறைந்தது நீங்கள் ஒரு 10 அல்லது 15 நிமிடங்களுக்கு சிரிக்க வேண்டும். சிரிப்பதற்கு நீங்கள் காரணம் தேட விடையில்லை, எதற்கும் சிரிக்கலாம். சிரிக்கும் பொழுது உடலே நான் சிரிக்கிற பொழுது வந்து ஒரு இப்ப வழக்கமாக சிரிப்பது மற்றவர்கள் விட்ட பிழையை பார்த்து சிரிப்பது, இல்லை நான் விட்ட பிழையை பார்த்து சிரிப்பது, அதல்ல நோக்கம். சிரிப்பதன் நோக்கம் வந்து நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் வந்து மகிழ்ச்சியாகவும் பதட்டங்கள் இல்லாமல் எதிர்மறையான எண்ணங்கள் இல்லாமல் சில நேரம் எங்களுடைய மனநிலை மாற்ற வேண்டும் என்றால் அதுக்கு இப்ப கவலைப்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிற நேரங்கள்ல நாங்கள் மனது நிலையை மாற்ற வேண்டும் என்றால் சிரிப்பு ஒன்றுதான் மருந்து. அப்ப அதால் தான் மருந்தே சிரிப்பு தான். வாய் விட்டு சிரித்தால் நோய் விட்டு போகும் என்ற பழமொழி எங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் தெரியும். எந்த நேரம் நாங்கள் வாய் விட்டு என்ற பொழுது வந்து உள்ளுக்கு வந்து எந்த விதமான கவலையோடோ நோக்கமோ இல்லாமல் மனதார சிரித்து கொண்டிருந்தோமானால் எங்களுக்கு நோய் அருகாது. அப்ப இது வந்து சிரிப்பதனால் என்னென்றால் மிக முக்கியமானது என்னென்றால் மனநிலையை மனப்பான்மையை மாற்றுவதற்கு அது அருமையான ஒரு இது. மற்றது சிரிக்கும் பொழுது அதுக்கு எந்த நிபந்தனையும் இருக்கக்கூடாது, வரையறை இருக்கக்கூடாது. அப்ப நிபந்தனை அற்றதாக இருக்க வேண்டும். முக்கியமானது என்றால் நீங்க எப்பொழுதும் சிரிக்கலாம். அப்ப நீங்கள் கவலைப்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கும் கவலை இல்லாத நேரம் சிரிக்கலாம். அதுக்கு காரணம் தேவையில்லை. இப்ப அதை தொடர்ந்து சிரிக்கும் பொழுது அது ஒரு மருந்தாக மாறுகின்றது என்று கூறுகின்றேன். மற்றது அவர்களுடைய உரையிலே என்ன மாதிரி நாங்கள் இந்த பயிற்சியை செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று ஒவ்வொரு முறையா வடிவா எல்லாம் விளக்கப்படுத்தி கூறினால் நீங்கள் அதை பின்பற்றினால், அதை மீண்டும் பார்த்து பின்பற்றினால் எல்லோரும் பலனடையலாம். அவரை பார்த்த பொழுதே மிகவும் சிரிப்பா இருந்தது. மிக அற்புதமான ஒரு உரையை ஆற்றினார். இந்த வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி கூறி விடவேற்றுகின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you very much. We will give a big hand to Tove Kane and P.S.Rajakaruna Master for well summarized speech. Thank you very much. We will give a big hand.
If you have any questions or comments, please raise your hands. Okay, now Dr. Manoharan from Essex.
Thank you. I thank Tove Kane for her laughter yoga and stimulating even me to laugh with her today. I agree that laughing is a good matter, good thing, but I have a little doubt as to whether laughing without the real feeling in your mind as an exercise, as a physical exercise, will stimulate endorphins. I also want to know whether there are any studies done by scientists or people who advocate laughter to measure the endorphin secretion in the body. What I know is that endorphins and other hormones are secreted from the stimulation of the pituitary gland or subconscious mind, and that increases the secretion of emotional hormones. I would like to know whether Tove Kane has any, could enlighten me on these two questions. I certainly enjoyed the session, and I would try to practice laughter yoga. And I know that about exercising the lungs and getting the breath in and oxygenating the body is very good. And we do that also in art of living type of exercise, which doesn't involve laughter. That I do that every day. Spend about 20-30 minutes in the morning or whenever before the wash, doing this exercise to exercise the upper lobe of the brain, sorry, of the lungs, middle lobe and lower lobe, so that we get more oxygen into the body. Thank you. May I request Tove to explain this, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Navaratnam, for your very pertinent question. It is my delight to say that there are numerous studies, not merely with endorphins, but also with the decrease of secretion with cortisol. As you know, that's also related to adrenaline, which comes as a stimulus after being in a state of stress. So yes, there are numerous studies, and they exist in very many different countries. Dr. Kataria at the International Laughter Yoga University has a huge bank of studies, which I think as a doctor you'd be very intrigued to know those. Obviously can't recap those in a showcase this, but I really admire the question, because we do want to have the validation that science is backing this, because we wouldn't make a claim if it weren't valid, because we would know that it would be discredited. So yes, there are numerous studies about this, and I think that this is it actually reflects a very important point about laughter yoga, and that is that given that there are these multiple layers of consciousness, unconscious, subconscious, superconscious, most of the activity of laughter in the traditional sense exists merely in the conscious mind. But what we are able to access, and I would love to reveal it also with one of the things that we do in laughter yoga is accessing the unconscious mind through the use of gibberish. Gibberish is a made-up language that doesn't make sense, and it allows the mind to stop thinking in the egoic, cognitive thinking mind, and just allows processing to happen. And so what we can do is, I'll give you a demonstration. For example, if I were describing, let me describe a process, for example, baking a cake. So, so I'm explaining there that I had eggs, I was putting them into the mix with the flour, etc. I didn't have any idea what kind of sound was going to come out of my mind. I allowed my conscious, egoic, cognitive mind to step back a little and to allow just that unconscious creative space to come up and participate. Now, the laughter that I was able to just get from that, the thing is, the laughter becomes real. This is what happens in the beginning. When we start with the volunteered laughter, and often, certainly when I teach corporates, Doctor, when I'm teaching in a corporate space, these are very serious-minded individuals and they don't want to laugh. They're very focused and stoic. But the fact is that laughter actually gives us release. And as you heard John Cleese talking about in the video, laughter builds connection. So we actually have better teamwork and better cohesion when people can laugh together. They feel closer to each other. So how do we do that when there is this workplace tension? How do we get there when there isn't something to laugh at, or we're not choosing to laugh with something? We do it through that volunteered, initiated space. And even if we do it ironically, I'll give you an example. I feel absolutely miserable today. Now, when we say I feel absolutely revolting, I had an horrendous day. And when you laugh like that, the mind is a bit, it doesn't really understand what's happened, but the body immediately responds and it likes the contrast. So that's why we think that, in fact, laughter yoga as a solution for tension and stress relief is really beneficial, because the mind will always reason you out of laughter. The mind will always tell you why you shouldn't be laughing and why it's inappropriate. And so when we realize that actually our health and wellness is stimulated from this wonderful, joyful experience, and because we're getting better flow in our body, we notice, first of all, heart rate goes up, but then it lowers. So we're seeing, after an exercise with laughter yoga, we're seeing that blood pressure reduces, that there is a better cardiovascular flow, that there is, in fact, a reduction of all of the usual markers for tension and problems with the heart and with the lungs. So the answer then is, isn't it wonderful that, yes, indeed, even emotionally stimulated hormones can come to the fore, even out of the initial volunteered space, because the body eventually does kick in and start to laugh. Here's another example. We breathe in together. And we go, ha, 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 So even when we make the sound of the laughter, the body eventually goes, well, this actually sounds like laughter, I'm going to do it. And so we can get the laughter, which just is wonderful. So I hope I have adequately answered your question, Doctor, but I would encourage that if anybody has any further questions on the scientific front, absolutely, Laughter Yoga International has all of those papers at their discretion to share with you. And they are very exciting, because this gives humanity hope, science-based hope, that laughter is possible for health, healing, and ultimately world peace.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Next is Panjacharam Master from Sydney, Australia.
Good evening, everybody. Today, Tove Kane has given very excellent laughter yoga exercise today, and very excellent. It is very, very useful. We have just started about this laughter yoga. There are two things. One is your laughter yoga, the built up. Before laughing, you do some built up and making others laugh. That built up, we have done many built up, but we want a list of built up so that we can repeat your laughter yoga again and again. So built up is looks very, very important. People can start laugh, you know, people without starting, very difficult to go on. So you have given a very good one. The second one, you have been telling us all the part of the part getting more oxygen and say confirmed report. So how do you get this confirmed report that all the parts of the body are getting more oxygen? These two need little bit clearing. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you very much for your question. I appreciate your 2 points there, and let me make that answer for you. The good thing is, yes, there are 40 foundational exercises which you can Google to see what they are, but it's very good to know what they are. The first one is to arrive from a viewpoint of, how do I start to laugh even alone? How would I do that? And it's as simple as the in-breath, breathe in, hold, and then laugh it out. So we start slowly like that. And in fact, I will then show you a second exercise related to that. We call this gradient laughter. So if you make the size of a small shape like this, small shape, and we breathe in and we do a small laugh, and then we breathe in, make the shape bigger. And go bigger. So this is how we do it. We start even with our mouth small and closed, and just the soft breath. And then we go. So we start with when we make the sound he, look at what happens with the face. Here's the neutral face. And then the sound of he immediately puts a smile. Do you see the he? So it activates the cheeks and it makes the smile. And then putting more breath, opening the mouth wider. And then making the sound ho. That helps the belly laughter. And then we open up the gesture like that. So there are numerous exercises. So that's gradient. Here's another one which I think you like. It's called 1 meter laughter. And this was taught in a laughter yoga group from a person who was in the textile industry. And how they measure is to measure meter. They go to the elbow, to the shoulder, to the other shoulder, and 1 meter. So we go Another one, of course, I showed you the mobile phone, taking a photo, mobile phone laughter. And you can also have credit card laughter. Look how bad this credit card bill is. This is a very good exercise because it's teaching a value-based exercise. Normally, when we look at a credit card, we feel fear. We feel anxiety rising. We feel stressed about the financial burden that is here in the credit card. So with laughter yoga, when we imagine being able to laugh at the bill, it's not laughing at the expense or the fact that we have to be responsible to pay it. It's laughing about the way we stress. And by laughing and making it fun, we then can be more creative to find ways to earn, to pay for the credit card bill. Another example of that is no money. So we imagine turning out our pockets. And you so the pockets are empty, but then you imagine you've just won the jackpot. Yay! Everybody gets money. Yay! So what we like to do is we want to invite the body to help the mind to laugh. because the mind is the place of restriction. The mind is the place of control, of reason, of all of the excuses not to laugh. But the body likes to laugh. The body knows that there are benefits to laughing. So like I was describing earlier, we noticed that first of all, when we first laugh, blood pressure goes up. But afterwards, blood pressure comes down. And also we notice when we are laughing, heart rate increases and then heart rate decreases. So we're getting a better blood flow and we are getting that feeling of energizing and then relaxing, expanding and contraction. I hope I've answered you adequately, sir. It's my privilege to answer you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. We got a lot of tips from you for laughter yoga. Thank you very much, Tove Kane. Thank you. Next is Dr. Shanti Parameshwaran from New Malden.
Good evening to all. Thank you very much. You made us laugh today. And I just want to say laughter is the best medicine, doctors say. And equally, I think a smile, just smiling also brings on the same serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, everything into our bloodstream, and that goes into the brain, makes us happy. A smiling face has a ripple effect. Somebody else's smile, that other person laughs, and it's a ripple effect. So really your laughter and your smile is great. Your story, as you laughed, it reminded me of our ancestors, the monkeys. If you see the monkeys, how do they laugh? They stimulate themselves and laugh. And that comes from our ancestors. Why don't we tickle ourselves? We tickle our little babies to make them laugh. And tickling is another exercise. Suddenly I thought of the monkeys, our ancestors, and that can be another exercise to make us laugh. So thank you very much. And in our language, we say, don't laugh. Why would the sitting go? Open your mouth and laugh fully. Don't hide your laughter. Some people try to hide their laughter. Why would the sitting go? That is the best thing. And thank you very much for the laughter yoga. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanti. I think you make a very good point. And actually, just to continue what you were saying there, very often, just the way we start, and this is another exercise, just to make the smile go on the face. And sometimes we set up the contrast. So I'd like to just give you another exercise if I can. Shanti, I'm so touched with this exercise with the monkeys. I'm going to remember it from you today. But I want to also show you the mask laughter. So if we picture like this, if we keep laughing, and we take the mask down. So you're very right. The starting point is that smile. And often it's actually the inner smile that we're accessing when we can feel in the beginning. This is an exercise I learned from Dr. Kataria when I was training to be a master with him. And I love it so much. It starts like this. If you just picture yourself just sitting, I like to think of myself just sitting on a curve of a big tree, like my legs are dangling over the edge, and I can just sit here and I just feel joy inside my belly. And inside the belly, and I can feel the joy beginning to spin, and and I can feel it wants to come up and bubble up and spin. So if we picture that the laughter is coming from inside our belly, and we let the feeling get bigger, and we start slowly. Here's how it works. It's almost that we try to stop it. So we go. And in ultimately it can get bigger and bigger, but thank you so much. It very much comes first of all from the smile. And you know, as you say, you know, the greatest gift we can give somebody else is our smile. We have mirror neurons in our prefrontal cortex where it activates when we smile, it activates somebody else to smile as well. But guess who feels the smile first? We do. So we get to feel the smile before somebody else sees the smile.
Can I just mention something? You pronounce our name so beautifully, Shantim, and I was just struck by that.
Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next one, Mr. Kumarasamy Pillai Master from Sydney, please.
Greetings to all. Firstly, I would like to thank sincerely Mr. and Mrs. Srikandarajah for introducing this very vital, important health tip technique to our forum. And he has been promoting so many good things, and this is one of them. Then thank you for your empowering presentation. We all know that laughter is the best medicine. In our tradition, in Ayurveda and other medicine, they always, it has been told for thousands of years, laughter is the best medicine. Now I'm happy that we are all promoting and it is becoming very popular. Now another thing is that the laughter yoga is based on the concept, fake it until you make it. I think there's a concept behind so that we are faking. The mind doesn't know, especially the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between actual one and the faked one. So we all love that. And another thing, actually, I'm asking you, not from there. Now, at the introduction, we were told that you have written a book on mind over matter. Yes. And I also would like to say, because I have been reading Mind Over Medicine by Dr. Lisa Rankin. You might have read this. It's a very good book written by a medical doctor emphasizing the need of looking. So my question here is, there's a subtle difference, but what is the difference between mind over medicine and mind over matter? If you can enlighten me, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. We know from medical studies there is the placebo effect, but there's also the nocebo effect. And so the placebo effect means that if a patient believes that the medicine has value in it to heal them, they tend to heal better than people who don't believe that there is healing in the medicine. So there are numerous studies to prove that there is some kind of connection between what a patient recognizes as a healing modality that they are participating in and whether they heal as a result of it. And so this is very powerful to see the question about whether it is mind over matter or mind over medicine. I think there is, inherent, you know, the body and the mind are so significantly powerful. We recognize that there is so much untapped wisdom inside the body. The body is producing natural painkillers. The body is producing the natural killer cells that go to fight infection. The body can handle so many different influences that are coming. And the mind is the one that almost lags behind a little bit. And we also know that the gut has almost more intelligence than the mind. So the gut health is also very important, to have the biome that is with a sufficient degree of the very small, tiny creatures that are the prebiotics that feed the probiotics that feed the bacteria inside the gut. And so it's this wonderful universe that exists for us. And when we can help the mind to tap into the wisdom that is inherent, not only in the gut, but also in the body, we can also then unify it with the heart and the great connection that we have with spirit and with connection, the energy of healing. And that we know that actually as we know from some of the sutras, you don't need healing if you are already part of optimal health. So it's just helping the mind to come back to what it knew before we unlearned that. You know, if you look at a newborn baby, they just laugh. You don't have to tell a baby, I think you should laugh, you know, you should do some laughter, it'll be good for you. Babies just laugh. They know that they just do it because they enjoy it, because they tapped into the bliss. What happens sadly, and it fortunately in the East, there's such this proud, honorable tradition of wisdom and guidance, and it is been moving over so that the West can learn from the Eastern traditions just how powerful the spirit, the body, the mind, the soul are. So the concept is that we are encouraging the mind to tap into the wisdom that exists, and to tell the mind that it needs to slow down on all of the anxious thinking. You know, when we think about that the mind is thinking 60,000 thoughts a day, it's not thinking 60,000 new thoughts. It's repeating the same old thoughts again and again and again. And so this is what is so wonderful with laughter yoga is, you know, if I were a stand-up comedian and I was telling jokes, so if I told you blah 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 and you went ha, 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 and I went blah 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 and you went but if I went blah blah blah, you go, this is not funny, right? So the mind can't keep listening to the same joke and try to find it funny, but the mind can listen to the same painful memory and find it painful. This is a very important point. So why is that? Why does the mind need revolution? Why does the mind need novelty? Why does the mind need something new to be entertained? But it's happy to keep cycling over all of its negative worries and doubts and regrets from the past. It's an interesting pattern, and that's what it is. It's just a pattern. So we get to show the mind, we don't need to make a joke to laugh. We can come to laughter yoga every day and still laugh at our credit card bill. Thank you so much.
I would like to refer to the book Anatomy of an Illness, written by Norman Cousin. Yes, that you might have read it. I think actually the doctor gave up. He had a terminal illness, but he resorted his own treatment and watched Charlie Chaplin's movie continuously, and he recovered fully and lived up to the 70 years old.
Yes. He was very, very ill. And in fact, that study that Norman Cousins created in his own life is something that Dr. Kataria was very interested in, to see how is it that you can laugh your way to health? How do you laugh your way into feeling better? How did he achieve that? And that is it's a very important landmark in terms of the history of laughter. I really love that story. There are numerous others. There's a laughter master in Australia who was also very ill, and he was inspired by the Cousins story, and he also then started to use laughter as a healing mechanism. Because what happens when we're laughing is we actually activating not just the vagus nerve, but we actually activating inside the body the channels that release toxins and that release where a lot of our illness lies. But we also start to stimulate the more powerful production of our immune cells. So laughter is so, so powerful. And the good thing is, it's great to be able to laugh at comedies and shows and good reels and jokes and laugh at things. We're not saying don't laugh at comedy. We're saying laugh at everything, laugh at everything. But what is wonderful is when it's not making you feel like you can laugh, you don't have to worry because your body can still do the laughter. And that story is definitely, it's one of the things we teach in laughter yoga, is in the history of laughter yoga. You will also know the medical doctor Patch Adams, who there was a movie that Robin Williams made of Patch Adams, and he used the idea of helping children who have cancer and other serious illnesses to go into the wards there and to laugh with them and to help them, because what it does is laughter takes us out of our mind. The laughter takes us away from our worries. And when we can slow the resistance of the mind that is gripping to tension and worry and sickness, when we just loosen that with laughter, then that in itself is enough. Slow the resistance and gradually the healing can come after that.
Thank you very much for your very inspiring and motivating speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is
and Mrs Srikandarajah Master to bring Tove Kane to this platform, and it's amazing program today. I remember this is in 80s, 90s, they used to call it as child within, don't they? Yeah, so I remember that, because when you're a child, doesn't know any difference to anything, there is no judgmental or anything, everything is pure. So they always tell us to just go in and find the child within you, to bring it out and enjoy that spark within you. And now it's become as laughing yoga, and I think it's amazing the way you explained everything and gave us a few exercises to go along with it. And amazing. When you were saying it, I just remembered when I went for an interview, and of course I went in there, checked with the receptionist, and when I went and finished the interview, came back, and the receptionist said, you got the job, haven't you? And I said, how do you know? Because you smile on your face. I didn't think they would have said no to you. And I thought, oh, you would have told me earlier, I would have asked for more money. and I always remember that I didn't know myself. I mean, that laughter is declined, I would say. At the time, I was and the same thing when you're young, when you go to cinema, you don't think about anybody else, you don't care, you laugh, and people were frightened to come and sit next to me because my hands goes everywhere and I used to laugh, and they always say put her to the side, but gradually and become just a smiling like this, and you brought me back to that stage today, and I hope I will keep it up, and I will keep smiling, and not smiling, keep laughing, but I always smile. I've been told to smile, but from now on, I laugh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you have given so much explanation, and I didn't go into the scientific side, just normally, simple way. I take it as it's good for you. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you so much.
Whenever you're free during this time, please do join us. It will be so lovely.
It would be a pleasure. And actually, just while you were speaking about that, one of the great things that we teach with laughter yoga is, like, if you're in a situation where you are about to go for a job interview or anything, maybe you're writing a test, or you're going to see somebody important and the nerves are there and you feel a bit anxious, you can do silent laughter. So I want to show you what that looks like. It's actually my favorite exercise. We breathe in.
thank you.
So you don't let any sound out, but it feels wonderful. And yes, the thing is, people will always say, what, are you crazy? Why are you laughing so loud? And there's always that person who goes, I love that person because they have let themselves be free. Why do we let people tell us how we should be? Why is the serious way the proper way? Why isn't the joyful way the proper way? Now, it's not to offend anybody, but the thing is, your joy, your laughter has made so many people happy through your lifetime. So I have even benefited because when I saw your face on the screen, you encouraged me. So I want to thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, Tove. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Dr.Satha from Enfield.
Greetings to all. Thank you so much, Tove Kane, for your excellent presentation and explanation, answering all the questions very well. One main thing I wanted to say, but I need help from Kumarasamy Master to translate this. There is a proverb in Tamil. I'm asking Kumarasamy Master to try and translate to you. The general meaning I can say is when women smile, it is not taken up well. It's more discouraging as a behavior. Anyway, Kumarasamy Master has to say that translation first. Thank you. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. The meaning of this proverb is, those days when a lady, woman laughs, it's an insult, it's not good. And it's similar to tobacco. When the tobacco is unpacked, it loses or is all effectiveness, the value of it. So generally, but the message is, the women are not allowed to laugh in our society. So
Yes.
it is the taboos, because normally it's not now. Nowadays it's the other way around. But during those days, women were not allowed to participate actively in all social functions or laugh or something like this. So there was no freedom of laughter.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for bringing this point up. And I wonder if you noticed in the introductory video that we were showing you, there were people from Iran laughing with people from Israel. And these two are, as you know, traditionally quite polar opposites, aren't they? And in certain cultures, it still remains true that women are discouraged from laughing or from being more colorful or allowing themselves freedoms. And this is, to me, I don't want to be too political, but as a woman, I feel such compassion for a person who is denied what is a human experience. This is something that comes naturally to us, and it helps us to feel better as we go through life. And our laughter is our signature. It is a beautiful thing to see somebody laugh. I wonder how many people have heard little children laughing and you don't know why they're laughing, but just the sound of it feels so wonderful. I wonder if you've ever had a situation where somebody's talking to you and they want to tell you something, but they keep so they can't get the words out because they're laughing so much. And what do you do at first? You start with like, you're not sure but eventually you're like, you start like, why are we laughing? Why are we laughing? You start to laugh with. So yes, laughter encourages connection. Laughter encourages us, to share and to be closer with each other. But I understand that there are different traditions and there are different societal norms. And I recognize that not in all cultures is loud laughter acceptable. And that to me, I can only honor that that's the culture and the tradition, but I do recognize also that laughter is natural to us and natural in a good way, I feel.
But currently it's not the practice. The women are very free. They can do anything, whatever they want.
Next is Dr. Shiva Chandrika from Purley.
Greeting you all. I am happy to see you, Tove Kane. Am I right, your name?
Totally.
Very glad. Excellent speech. Nice presentation. I don't know. I am planning to give you a nice present for 5 minutes. I hope you will cooperate with me too. You gave me natural medicine, natural painkiller. I am going to give you back same. I'm going to argue with
And cougar.
You want water, son?
I feel much better. Thank you.
So I would like to say you, until today, all the ladies are participating, 90%. No, very less number of people, gents only supported. I don't know, but when I come from Sri Lanka. When I laugh like that, my parents, my grandparents, seal to me a bad woman. Don't come back home. Scout like that. I grown like that. if I do like that, my name is Sivachandrika. They said bad Sivachandrika. If I laugh like that, but after learn about it, this therapy, my in my life, if I last 3 days I'm sick, I don't get any medicine. Only this one I'm laughing. I didn't, just as I had a rice and spicy water, it's Sri Lankan spicy water, I had it, but today is sweating. Yes, I did. I gave present to you, but I am sweating.
And one of the things you would have seen me drinking water, because with all the air that goes over the vocal cords, and with the expression, we do need to bring in more hydration when we're laughing. So you want to be making sure you take time to breathe in and release. And then release. Very important to have deep breathing in between the laughter, and also to have release. One of the great ways that we will complete a session is through a laughter meditation, and we'll be laughing and then we go into silence, pure silence, not guided silence, no music, just silence. Thank you for your silence. The
Thank
silence
you
that
very much.
partners with the laughter enriches the laughter, and the laughter feels richer for the silence that came before it. So we honor both silence and laughter in laughter yoga. It's not hysterical laughing for crazy reasons. We come back and we stay grounded, and we bring ourselves back into the silence and the heartfelt space of kindness. So just something I wasn't able to share with you earlier is that we will always complete a laughter session with pure silence, and a good grounding exercise is to just enjoy the quiet. So I hope that makes sense.
Thank you very much. Next is Dr. Jaganathan from Ilford, East London. Thank you.
Greetings to everyone. Thank you, Tove Kane. I think your talk did capture everyone, but we must get realistic as well. I thought the secret behind your techniques is, we have already said it in the previous meeting, so be it. Like saying, I had a miserable day, so be it. I had a terrible experience, so be it. So if you follow the so be it, the rest comes automatically. As to clarify some other points which was raised here, confirming the endorphin levels, well, what is in the brain, we can't confirm. What is in the blood, I don't know how to explain it, but let me make simplified. See, blood level of any hormone is controlled by something called hypopituitary axis. So when the blood level goes up, there's a feedback loop. It's a signal, so it'll reduce. Otherwise, all the hormones will secrete indefinitely. So in that basis, as you pointed out finally, intermittent laugh is better than continuous laugh. Otherwise, there's a loop feedback. So let's assume that. The other thing is, this morning, we had a wonderful speaker who mentioned that our minds are subject to restraints and restrictions as much as when you're growing up. So that is another feature, in some cultures, you be ladylike. But thanks to British humor, you have numerous stand-up comedians, and then Spitting Image, then there's Mr. Bean. Anybody who has seen Tommy Cooper, looking at him makes you laugh. He doesn't have to even open the mouth. So thanks to British humor. So there you are. And mentioning about this restraint, I want to break free. How many have written Freddie Mercury singing? So be free. So there you are. I think that's all I was going to say. Oh, one more thing. Oxygen saturation is another complex matter, really, because oxygen saturation depends on your hemoglobin, your heart and lung function. So it's much more complex. Then I thought, people who can't laugh, they can try hiccups, I was trying this earlier. When you say hiccups, because the laughter is a diaphragmatic exercise. So forget about oxygen saturation. So I thought people who don't laugh, let them try hiccups, isn't it? So there you are. Anyway, thank you for this wonderful experience.
Thank you. Next is Tara Nathan.
Greetings to all. That was a very nice speech on laughter yoga. I enjoyed the exercises a lot and learned a good practice on laughing. You brought laughter into our platform. Thank you so much. Very good. Very good. Yay.
Very good, Tara Nathan. Thank you. And next, Babu Shamanathan from Edgeware.
Greetings, Vanakkam, Tove. Thank you very much. First of all, let me thank the universe for bringing you in front of all of us. That is fantastic. You have given us a fantastic talk with good of explanation. I have absorbed so many things into me. In the 80s and 90s, I used to watch John Cleese's Fawlty Towers repeatedly. And I laughed a lot, bursting laugh every time I watched it. But I didn't know the benefit in the 80s about the laughter yoga. It wasn't around then. I didn't know that. Now, from your talk, I gathered a lot of benefits there. Though I know a few things now from this platform, you gave us a fantastic speech. One thing, one sentence captured my mind from your talk. That is, if your mood is good, okay, if your mood is good, you can do everything well. What else you need? What can it make? The laughter can make. So that is, in a nutshell, that's what I'm going to say. We can't forget you, all the examples. The best one I liked is the credit card. I used to like it from your yoga guru. I heard this one before and I used to practice that. Now I'm going to write to Barclay card. Can you please send me the bills frequently, more frequently, so that I can do more laughter rather than once a month.
I love that. That's brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Mr. laugh, the other thing, the he laugh.
Yes.
It's quite a lot of examples. I really thoroughly enjoyed the day today.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. If that's the one thing that laughter yoga can do, despite the science, despite any other thing, if laughter yoga just feels good, and if laughter yoga just helps you to feel a little bit better, then that's worthwhile to me. Because when we do feel better, we can handle things better. What we will always have is, challenges. It's very easy to laugh when life is going well. It is much harder to laugh in challenges. And that's why laughter yoga is so precious. So thank you. Good observation. I like the idea that you're going to write to your bank manager and tell them, could you take those bills more often, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, Dr. Navaratnam, Master.
Yes. Thank you for letting me come back again. Yes, of course, we are all enjoying the laughter yoga. I'm going to be a bit more serious and laugh by being serious. In the early days or before the dawn of the 21st century, the world was ruled by men and women were suppressed. And we know that women didn't even have voting rights. They were not allowed out. And some men could marry 7 women, but a woman can only marry a man. And then women were asked to wear purdah. And the nuns were asked to wear these sort of robes. They can't even see on their sides. These are all things that happen to women. Thank goodness, now the woman is free and equal to men and sometimes greater than men. We have had women prime ministers, women leaders, and women pilots and women fighters. So obviously, the world has changed for the good. And I know that women are not inferior to the men from my experience, and it's a good thing. I wanted to contribute that to say why women were not allowed to laugh in public. Saying that Dr. Lady, Doctor brought about, tobacco. I come from a place where they used to grow tobacco, and it's made to be more palatable or more useful by putting it in various things and smoking. You smoke the tobacco leaves to be useful for smoking. And those tobacco leaves, once they are made like that, they are kept bundled up for months. and not opened. And then when you open the tobacco leaf, it gives a big flavor. And once you open it, you have to make a cigar out of it, or put it in a pipe and smoke. If you don't, it loses its flavor. So the women who laugh compared to tobacco that's opened and left, you lose your flavor. So you have to keep your flavor by keeping without smiling or laughing. And that was the olden days. That I thought I'll make an explanation on that. And I agree that laughter, whatever the cause or effect, is helpful. And I should encourage children who go to schools, who are going to exams, to practice this laughter yoga and this silent laughter as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, we teach, certainly for early learning development, it's very important that children develop their resilience and their emotional intelligence. And so when we do, you saw in the video there, young children, teaching them the skills of laughter yoga means that they have the ability, when things are difficult emotionally for themselves as they just grow through life, whether there's difficulty at home, difficulty at school, or in their environments. This is a wonderful foundation, and it's Dr. Kataria's wish that there could be laughter yoga classes in all the schools, so we can see value for that for children. And I think it is, I'm glad to hear that you, sir, are describing that you recognize that women deserve to have a place. And, you know, I think most women, we don't want to be superior. We just want to be ourselves. That's the thing. So thank you for acknowledging that. And thank you for holding the space for us to be here tonight. I've really enjoyed being with all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Can we go for another 2 more questions? Then after that, we'll go
Two
to
more.
chat. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Sri from Eastern Philosophy Group. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the very informative talk on the laughter. But I just want to ask one simple question. Is there any evidence that animals do laugh?
Yes, this is a great question, and we see that they do. I remember Shanti was talking about the monkeys who tickle themselves and monkeys laugh, but they have actually seen many studies where creatures do tend to have emotional, it's not just laughter, it's emotions. And this is very interesting because for a long time we've had this discussion of the sentience, who is a sentient being and who isn't. And in the Western culture, it was very limited. But Eastern philosophy was always more broad, more comprehensive and inclusive. And we do know that animals do laugh and they do have connection. And actually that animals do have a sense of, they even have different kind of coping mechanisms. I don't know if you've ever seen a dog that will yawn if it's done something, if it's just trying to comfort itself, it does a big yawn to almost handle its emotions in a way. And we know that, I don't know if you've ever seen birds when they first wake up. Birds, the first thing they do is they'll stretch one wing first and then stretch another wing. So they actually move their bodies before, just warming up before they even start with the day. So there's so much that we can learn from animals. And I love that you asked that question, because who's to say that the human race is superior? We're all on this planet interacting with each other. And isn't it great? Haven't you seen donkeys? And haven't you seen with all the little creatures, how they play with each other, how lions, you know, lion cubs will roll all over the proud father lion, and they will play. And in fact, this is how role play happens with creatures that play, learn. And actually what we've discovered is that that's the same for humans. Children who weren't able to play and have role play as they were growing up, there have been studies to show, and this is in a book that I read, I think it's called Play, and it's about the fact that there is empirical evidence to show that people who didn't have that safe play environment have had a tendency to become violent later. So when we don't have that playful, safe environment, things can happen mentally that are not good for us. So play is good, and the more we can play, and it doesn't say we stop playing when we're little. We should always keep playing and have a playful attitude. I think the next time we see a puddle, we should be the people jumping in the puddle. Because who's to say that we shouldn't, you know, more playful, you know, if we drop a fruit on the floor, if we whatever happens, we call them free floating hostilities. Have you ever noticed you go to the door, you push it, but actually it was a pull, the sign said that, but you didn't see it. So, and we take it all so seriously, but actually if we had a more playful way about things, you know, we would also be a bit less judgmental with other people. So play with animals is a verifiable thing, and isn't it wonderful? Thank you for your question, Doctor.
Another
Just
observation.
to that, thank you for that very good question and your explanation that animals do play with each other. When a dog is happy, it wags his tail. When my cat is happy, it'll meow and come and sit on your lap. That's the way through the movements. However, they say only man, cheek muscles are developed, only man can smile. And so I think we should smile more. That's the reason God gave us cheek muscles. We should smile more and laugh more. And of course, being playful, like.
Wonderful.
Can I follow up whatever you had said, Dr. Shanti Parameswaran? That is, when I was teaching anatomy for students, muscles of facial expression, when it came to that, I said human beings are with an eternal smile because you have everted your lips and the red part of your lip is always been shown. One evidence is chimpanzee, when they are happy, just flip one side of their lip to show the inside, the mucosa, the red part of the lip. So smile, I think, may be the antecedent for the happy nature of a person. And in human beings, it expresses a little bit more with laughter.
Yes, that's so true. It's the smile comes before the laughter, doesn't it? So we first have the experience. And this is what if you've ever seen this experiment, if you have a pencil and you put it in your mouth, it creates that smile where it activates the cheekbones, like you were saying, the cheek muscles. And we know, look at the difference between, this is a smile that's forced, like ha, 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 ha. There's no smile in the eyes, but you get the crow's feet where the eyes are active and twinkling, etc. But what's interesting is motion creates emotion. So when you are feeling low, if you just put a smile on your face, even if you've got no reason to, just that feeling feels better. Here's what concerns me for children, because if you see them always looking down in their phones, look at the body posture. It's contracted, it's looking down, it's closed, and it's insular, it's focused only here. So what do we see with a person who's depressed or anxious? Closed, head tilted, neck down. This is a way where the motion of what these children are doing is creating the emotion. And what we are suggesting with laughter yoga is open up, expand, open up, lift your head up and see the bigger picture. See that there's more out there than the validation of what's happening, of how many likes you have, etc. Because there's more to life than whether people are saying so. These things in social media are not accurate, they're not true. And even all of that environment is, in a way, an artificial expectation. So it's very important to make that connection between emotion creates motion, but it works the other way around. Motion creates emotion too. So if you're not feeling happy, act happy, and you can feel the feelings of happy, and ultimately you give yourself a better chance to be happy, which is very interesting. Laughter yoga is about the doing and all of that, but ultimately it's about being a person who is happy, a person who laughs. And we don't have to be happy to laugh. We are happy when we laugh.
In fact, emoji pictures in the smartphones does laugh, does smile. So
Yes.
It is elevating the person who is looking at it to smile and laugh.
Yes, more of those, hey.
Yeah. Thank you.
I personally experienced with my dog, and when he said something wrong, he comes and gives the right leg and give you a paw, because he knows he done something wrong, the emotion. And when he is happy, he's so thrilled and he get treat and we run around and he gives you the left leg paw.
Interesting.
So yeah, it does that, because they, even though they can smile, they have the emotion, they can come and do it. Yeah, they give you paw. So we know what you've been doing, and then it looks, you know, so I did experience that. I mean, thank you for that. Yeah, it is. I know plants and animals, they do have emotions, you know, when they, you know, they do, definitely. But I always think they can't smile, but it's
They
amazing.
smile and that tail is smiling.
So at the same time, I would warn that we shouldn't have anthropomorphism into these actions or movements in animals and reflect our feelings onto that and give a description of that. We must be careful, but I don't know. So we'll have to be careful about how we interpret that movement in animals.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Next is Dr.Satha Mano. Thank you.
Go for the chat box for Yogi Master, yeah?
Okay. And lots of them, oh, you have seen them, haven't you? You have replied back to them. But I will read them, yeah? Yeah. Sarojini Master said, thanks to Tove Kane for this laughter exercise. I do these deep breathing exercises with a yoga teacher, Sarojini, Melbourne. And Tove is answered for that. And SV, excellent tips. And Tove answered, Galaxy A2, thank you very much. Tove Kane, very nice, from Damayanti. And Tove Kane says, wonderful, thank you. And Anandi Baladasan Master says, thanks a million, Tove Kane, for a real useful tips for laughter yoga. Ha ha ha, ho ho ho, he he he. And Tove Kane said, ha ha, thank you so much. And Poonam Samtani says, thank you so much, Tove Kane. And Tove Kane says, wonderful, thank you. She's my friend. Arundhati Srikandarajah Master said, thank you very much, Tove Kane. Excellent presentation, laughter yoga. We all enjoyed it. And Tove Kane said, thank you. I am so very happy to hear from you. Enjoyed it. Thank you, Siva Mohan. Thank you so much for your beautiful presentation, Mom. And Tove said, thank you for your kind words. Galaxy A2 or Damayanti said, thank you very much, Kumarasamy Pula Master, for your Tamil translation from Damayanti. Tove Kane said, thank you. Anandi Baladasan Master said, thank you so much, Kumarasamy Pula Master, for your professionalism translation for this laughing yoga session. And Meera Nagendran Master said, thank you so much, Tove Kane. Oh, jumped. Meera Nagendran Master said, thank you so much, Tove Kane Master. Laughter yoga is very useful. Tove Kane said, yes, laughter yoga is very useful. Thank you. And Siva Master says, thank you so much for a wonderful session, Tove Kane. We all thoroughly enjoyed this evening. Thanks a lot to Kumarasamy Pilla Master for an efficient translation. Tove Kane said, thank you. Tove Kane, I am honored. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Sada Master, you want to say anything? Your hands are raised.
Yeah. Greetings to all once again. I want to make it brief. Thank you. Thanks so much, Tove Kane and Marcel Master. We always forget, he is already in the forum. We forget to thank him often. So I thought I must remember to thank him today. Other than that, earlier they were asking about whether any research papers, so many millions of research done, almost. And about the hormone also, they have done in American Journal of Medical Sciences. You can see the hormone level they have checked frequently. They check on mirthful laughter, and they found the useful rise of all the happy hormones and things like that. So there is no doubt on thinking whether you make a real laughter or fake laughter or whatever, it works. But initially, to be honest, when we started, not everybody liked it. They thought, what is happening in this forum? Suddenly people are laughing, funny laughter and all these things, and people started wondering what was going on here. So that is why I think Srikandarajah Master wanted to bring somebody, proper trainer, to train everybody so that we can really make this go further and help other groups as well. We have 3 groups. We started doing more frequently on the evening group, and we want to take to the other 2 groups as well. We couldn't do it without a trainer coming and giving more training and people get convinced or understand more. So that has been a great opportunity today. You have made that to happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, because we started this yoga, laughing yoga, about 2 weeks back. But today, everybody now, they realize how it's important in our life is laughing. And thank you so much. And we would like to invite you again, whenever you get time, please do come. Because we have now, every day we have started doing this yoga, laughing yoga after our meditation. So whenever you feel free, please do come.
Thank you, sir.
We're delighted to see you again. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
we would like to thank Kumarasamy Pilla Master also, because he always come to us, to whoever comes, to translate the session into Tamil language. So we also very much, we have to thank him. And all the audience who participate today, thank you all very much. And we can end the session now. Joe, you want to say anything, or we can end the session now?
Yes, just an honor. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure to be here tonight. And I just acknowledge everybody for what you're doing, the contribution you're making. These energy pockets are so valuable. So it was a true privilege for me to be invited. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Srikandarajah Master, you want to say?
Thank you very much. We got a lot of tips from you today. So we don't need any trainers anymore for us. So we are going to do it every night. That is after 10 o'clock. Thank you very much. We'll finish this session with 1 minute meditation. That is, you do for 1 minute only meditation. After that, we can laugh. The breath mindfulness meditation, 1 minute. Now the time is 20:32. So 33 we will finish. Okay, thank you. It's just we laugh. Jagannathan Master, you're not laughing. Raise your hands, that is important. Panjachana Master. One minute meditation and laughing,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Srikandarajah Master, it will be better if Tove can finish with the 1 minute silence as well. It was very nice. It was very nice finishing with the silence.
And we always say, Baba says, only in silence the voice of God is heard. You can hear your own voice.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's an announcement. Tomorrow, Dr. Srikandarajah is going to speak on the liberation from suffering. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Please join at 8 p.m. Please, Srikandarajah Master. And at 11 o'clock, B.K. Amir from Tamil Nadu, India, is going to speak on Valvom Valavepo. That's the announcement. So thank you very much. And also there will be another session like a laughter yoga session that is on Monday, 1st May at 8 p.m. by Lily Anadelia. There's a French Canadian from Ottawa. You can join Ottawa for that. If you are free, you can join on that. Monday, 1st May at 8 p.m. UK time. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow morning with Mr. Panjachara. I'm going to speech tomorrow at 9 a.m. Are you ready for any speech, Panjachara Master? Tomorrow 9 o'clock. Tomorrow 9 o'clock UK time. Your Sydney time is 6 p.m. Sorry.
Okay. But
tomorrow 6 p.m.
Notice is 8th though.
No. He's talking about that normal speech, the 9 o'clock speech for UK time, 6 p.m. speech for you, Sydney time. Tomorrow.
Yeah, that starting.
Now your day is, you're in the Tuesday, no? You are Tuesday. Monday. That is
okay.
Tuesday, 25th. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, we really enjoyed it. We learned a lot.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
He's a professional trainer, he's a professional trainer.
Yeah.
So you can do it now, isn't it? Panjachara Master, you got the training.
And the build up, neat actually, build up. On the build up. And the build up
நீங்கள் இந்த ரெக்கார்டிங்கை ஸ்டாப் பண்ணுங்க, டைம் வரைக்கும் கொண்டு போகுது. எனிவே நாங்கள் அதை செய்வோம் கட்டாயம். ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் செய்யக்கூடிய